The topic of motivation has been covered extensively in the psychological literature and in popular culture. People talk about the need to be motivated. And when they talk about the need to be motivated, they often are really saying they would like to be at some kind of situation that enthused them, that got their enthusiasm level up. And that kind of enthusiasm can come from going to a football rally, going to a baseball game, whatever it is. It's a kind of worked up emotional state that doesn't necessarily either last or actually raise your level of performance. People do like emotional highs. The trouble is emotional highs do not develop skills necessarily at all. It's not like we're inert and so something has to give us motive force. We're active, we're conceptual, we're working at our worlds. We have to cramp that down and fit ourselves into like a cubby and be in our little enclave and not think boldly and not think big ideas because we're a part of a larger organization. Then maybe people do need some kind of pumping up. But really, that kind of output of emotion is something people cling to or attempt to cling to for days afterwards, and there's a kind of natural shelf life of dissipation of any big, exciting moment that you've been at with a motivational speaker. Now, do not get me wrong. I have heard Zig Ziglar. I have heard an amazing number of motivational speakers. I recently heard Les Brown, and I wouldn't trade away that experience for any kind of gummy bears or anything else I have. I mean, that guy rocks his world, and listening to the way he puts together ideas and the memorable phrases that remain in your mind, it's awesome. That is brilliance, and to be around brilliance is a beautiful thing. You can be around brilliance that a musician has, a poet, somebody who reads well, a kind of poetry that they've written or spoken word. These are things that we seek. And I believe that motivational speakers who are excellent and have honed their craft are amazing. And I am not knocking them. But the idea that you're going to bring somebody in to pump up your staff and that's going to last, I'm talking about these guys are artists. The Zig Ziglars, the Les Browns, the amazing speakers that blow your mind. And it's great to be around the performance, and you're just mind blown. You want to hear it again and again because it's so well done. I think we're attached to the art of it and the brilliance of it more than it makes a lasting effect on our motivation. But there are thoughts and phrases that do stick with you, and that's not nothing. They're amazing and they're worthwhile. But motivation is one of those topics that can mean a lot of things, and therefore it tends to lose its precision. I believe clearly that intrinsic motivation, that is knowing that what you're doing is worthy and of value in and of itself, not just that you're trying to motivate yourself to do this project that you don't really think is important, but you gotta get it out. You get what I mean? It's different. So I want you to be in search of inspiration, in search of beauty, in search of things that are aesthetic, in search of lovely things that you can develop and be a part of and sign off on because you put your best into it. That's when things get really alive, and you don't have to get motivated when you're on a mission. You don't have to get motivated that way when what you're doing naturally inspires you. Every day you go in, you're getting to do one more leg of an important project for you. That's the way to be alive. And that's the source of something that has a lot of power, and there's research to show that inspiration has a huge effect on what we're capable of doing. Go out and achieve more with a bit of inspiration, and you'll be naturally motivated. Since you're a high achiever, you may know about this. High achievers often hit a wall. They're going along, they're having one success after another, and then suddenly something happens and they grind to a halt. And it's confusing because they're not sure what it is they've done wrong, if it's anything. They just know that they're not moving anymore the way they're used to moving, the way they have moved in the past. If you've run into like what seems like a ceiling over you, and you're kind of in a fog and you're mystified as to what's getting in your way, you can even kind of slide into a swirl of doubts and wonder if you've ever really achieved anything significant at all, and whether any of your amazing achievements that you've done were anything but kind of fronting or a little bit of a fraud. That is really negative and pernicious, and it doesn't have to be that way. I want you to go get a free report from me. Go to drkenchristian.com/breakthrough and receive from me this free report with action steps that are going to tell you exactly what to do now to get you going.